Hello to all my friends out there. So I want to prepare a few things for myself to eat today. And you know, my videos are a bit repetitious, and I'm sure some people don't like it, but I have a lot of new followers, and according to Social Blade, I have 80 something new followers this month. But remember, I'm the person who took years of math, and on that is a very low proportion, and it tells me that YouTube is not feeding my videos. Well, there's zillions of videos. Why would they? Now, in months to come, it's very hard to find these recipes. So the first thing I want to make for myself today is some salsa. And I got this recipe from TJ Prepper, and this is a really good recipe for your stockpile because, and now I'm just going to blend it in the blender, because if you stockpile these tomatoes, you always have salsa, basically. You can always make tacos, you can always make an egg burrito. Remember, we're eating a lot of eggs at my house. You can have tortilla chips, you can have tostadas, you can have Mexicali refried beans, you can have bread, homemade bread, and you can have some cheese and some salsa on the top. So, salsa, yogurt, and now bread. Okay, now this is a great recipe. One of the followers left it. I didn't do a very good job on the conversions. Thank you, Mandy. 400 grams flour would be 100 grams, 3.5 ounces, or 1 3/4 cup. You can check it for yourself. And 1.5 teaspoons soda. Now, in my stockpile, I always have bread. Always have flour. Lots of flour so I can make bread. One of the reasons I like to make bread is because I like to make gravy. So say if you just had a little bit of meat, God forbid, you could fry that meat up. You know, you could like have hamburger and you could fry it, and you could use your grease to make gravy or sausage or anything. And then you could have potatoes, and you could have a canned vegetable so you could like survive. Okay, so I have 1 3/4 cup flour and 1 1/2 teaspoon soda. You know, when the recipes come straight from the mouth of the person, you know it's gonna be good. And it was super nice of Mandy to share the recipe, because a lot of women, sad to say, are secretive. They can't help it. It's okay. They're selfish. That's the truth. I remember one time in the salon, one of the ladies made a peach cobbler, and we all tried to get the recipe, and it all came out awful because she had given us the recipe with way too much salt. I knew she had done it because all of the peach cobbler was too salty. Okay, so now I made some sour milk. Put flour and soda in bowl. Put milk and lemon juice in a jug to curdle. I just covered mine with some one of my baggies. So so now 300 milliliters is 1 1/4 cup. 100 milliliters is 3 1/3 ounces, and 2 squirts lemon juice. When I curdle milk, I use 1 tablespoon lemon juice. So I have 1 1/4 cup milk, and I have 1 tablespoon lemon juice. And so, okay, let's say if you were going to use your stockpile, what I used is I used my evaporated milk. 1 can evaporated milk, 1 can water to create my milk, and I'll drink the rest of that milk. And then I used, lemon juice, but if you don't have any lemon juice, I'm sure it will work with vinegar as well. So like so basically what's going to happen once you have this recipe, thanks to the generosity of Mandy, unlike some people. Okay, so now I'm just going to pour this in. After 5 minutes, add milk to flour, stir and mold into a loaf. Preheat oven to gas mark 4. I have 350. Grease loaf pan or cake tin, bake 45 minutes. So see how easy this is? Okay, now I spent time doing videos, and this could be made on a camp stove. You just mount it into a little loaf of bread, and you put it on top. You make a foil tent, and you cook it on low in the on your camp stove or on top of the stove. If all you have is a hot plate, you can still make this. If all you have is no blender, you're just gonna chop your tomatoes with the side of your spoon. Okay, now I'm gonna put quite a bit of shortening, and what I'm gonna use is lard. A lard has gone from about $1.76, but remember this is pig fat, to about $2.12. So it's mixing up nice. Really nice. Okay, so I want quite a bit of one of my customers used to make raisin bread, and you guys, you know what I'm thinking? It was very similar to this recipe. I'm not putting the raisins in this time, but I will try it. You know, sometimes you spend years looking for recipes. I spent years looking for that banana cupcake recipe. I finally found it too. This is going to be a good size loaf too, you know, not too little, not too big, just right. I just want to eat it, and then I'll make another one. I don't want a giant loaf that I'm going to have to freeze, because I already have a lot of stuff in my freezer. A lot. And then you just slip it in the oven for 45 minutes. Great. So I went to no wasting, you guys. I went to 99 cents only. I'm gonna slip this in the oven for 45 minutes. Okay, so I went to 99 cents only, and I wanted to make some herb butter, and they didn't have it, and I'm really glad they didn't, because I looked it up, and it's really, really easy to make, and it's everything I already have in the stockpile. And also, Mandy, I want to thank you. So what I have is I have some little pieces of butter that were, margarine that were hanging around in my refrigerator, and so now I will make some herb butter. Okay, so what I will use is I have mixed herbs. Where are my mixed? Which ones are the mixed herbs? It's this one. Okay, I'm just going to sprinkle a goodly amount on here. You know, you want enough herbs to taste the herbs. I think I bought these herbs at 99 cents only. You know what I use mixed herbs a lot for is I use them for chicken. I drizzle my chicken. It's not coming out easily. That's because I used them a lot. Okay, so since I don't have that many, let's see what else. Mixed herbs. what is this? Oregano? Yeah, that would be good if I can get it open. Let's have a little of that. What else do I have? Rosemary. Yeah, that would be good. It would have been good if I had all mixed herbs, but I don't really need them. This is going to be good. And then chopped chives. This is why reading the comments is so important, you guys. Salt and pepper. Now, Mandy is all the way over there in England. Chances are we weren't going to run into each other and I wasn't going to get this recipe. But as luck would have it, and guess what, Mandy? A whole bunch of my darn followers are going to have it too. I don't believe for a second that my feed is going in on 1.5 million people to 86 people per month, but the powers to be know what they're doing, so you know, I have to bend to the powers be. You know, the repetition, when you're trying to help people, the repetition is very, very important because they look at it today and they say, that doesn't appeal to me. But then as time goes on, it does appeal to them. You could make this into a little cube, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make mine into a nice little like cheese ball thing. Look at that little herb butter that I made. I am proud of myself. Thank you, Mandy. Ooh, this is going to be yummy on my... Come on, you guys. You got to try this. I am very proud of this. So I made salsa. I made bread. I made tea. I made, that's it, mixed herb butter. So you see how by knowing these things you can enhance your life? Thank you guys very much for sharing your comments. I mean, I don't care what a little comment is. You know, I don't care. You just don't know how it's going to strike the person. Like yesterday, someone made the comment, you know, they're going to trust Jesus. I go, yeah, that I am too. I really am. And a lot of times when bad things are happening, I somehow know what to do. Don't ask me how. So, okay, you guys. God bless you all.